What mindsets do you often see holding people back in your experience over a decade of relationship coaching?
Fear, stubbornness, and self-doubt. Um, one of my coaches before mentioned this statement to me, which I absolutely love when it comes to stubbornness. He said that we'd rather be right than be happy. And I think that is so true because so many people hold on to their beliefs out of fear of, first of all, changing who they are, like a shift in
Mhm.
identity. If I change my beliefs, who am I? And also because we have all a certain degree of self-doubt, and we're not quite sure whether, if I change my belief now, if I agree to a different point of view, is this going to mean that I am no longer the person that I thought I was, or that people will judge me? So the stubbornness with which we are holding on to maybe antiquated belief systems, who may not even be our own. Maybe there are
Mm.
just things that have been put in our head through experience, through society and parental conditioning, is what
Mm.
has created a lot of these blocks that we have. Because the fear of having an opinion, the fear of standing on our 2 feet, the fear of showing who we truly are, is one of the major limitations or the barriers that I help my clients overcome. Sure, fear is actually a wonderful survival mechanism. We are not
Mm.
supposed to throw ourselves off buildings or trees and hope that we survive. So it's wonderful that we have this ability to foresee what might be very detrimental to our health and survival in the long run.
Mm.
But at the same time, having an opinion, showing our true self, is unlikely to kill us in today's world. Um, However, it is such a built-in, strong mechanism of self-protection, and we all feel that we need to pretend to be something that we are not, or all. Maybe I'm exaggerating here and I'm generalizing, but most people feel that we have to conform to the rules. We have to, let's say, adapt ourselves, to mold ourselves into
Mm.
something that most people will approve. I work with a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm a people pleaser." What a people pleaser is someone who doesn't have the courage of, this is my opinion, this is who I am, and I'm going to be upfront about it. But because we want approval, because we want to be appreciated and
Mhm.
accepted in the society, in the family, in whatever group we consider to be our tribe, we very often stay stuck in an old way of being. And my passion, the reason I do this work, is really to help people see how detrimental these old ways of being are to their health. And I can give you actually a personal example of how
Mm.
I was extremely stubborn about exercising. So until the age of 40, I used to hate the gym. I was like, no, it doesn't work for me. Even if I go, I don't lose any weight. I don't get any fitter. I sweat and my hair is going to get frizzy. So I made 1,000 excuses. I used to go to the gym and go on the treadmill, but go with my iPad to read my book. And my goal was not to sweat. So as you
Okay.
can
Yeah.
imagine, I wasn't making a lot of progress, which only served to
Mhm.
reinforce this belief that gym doesn't work.
Mm.
When I started doing my coaching training, I realized that I had a serious limiting belief around the fact that exercise could not be fun. And because
Mm.
fun is one of my core values, I was like, I don't want to engage in
Mm.
anything that is not fun.
Mm.
So I became aware of this. I thought, okay, well, now I need to change something about it. I have a choice to continue to believe that exercise cannot be fun and just keep going down this path of rejecting everyone, saying, but maybe you should try something different. Have you tried pole dancing? Have you tried different things? Like, no, that is not fun. I'm not interested. If I sweat and I'm in pain, no. But I became aware of this and I thought, okay, maybe I have a different option. So I decided to go to the gym without this judgment, without this idea that it's going to be horrible, and to see what
Mm. Mm.
happens. And I even hired a personal trainer, which until then would have been completely unthinkable, because why would I pay someone to torture me? But I found a personal trainer that actually was very nice. And one day he said, "Hey, would you have you ever considered boxing?" And at first I was like, "What? No, look, I have no long nails. I wear big rings. Boxing is not for me." But because I had already shifted a little bit out of my stubbornness and out of my old belief that cannot be fun, I said to him, "You know what? Let's try." And I tried. And the first boxing session was probably the most exhausting thing I have ever done, even after, although, because now I don't consider it to be exhausting. But
Hmm.
to my surprise, I actually experienced all those endorphins that people were talking about. And I was like, what is that? I never feel any endorphins. I always feel just exhausted and angry. This time, because I had allowed myself to experience the full, to be present in the moment and to see, okay, well, maybe it does hurt and maybe it's not great in the moment, but the satisfaction that I felt that I completed a whole hour of boxing without dying, that was wonderful. And that experience really has helped me change a lot of things in my life because of that one moment. Just understanding that if I change how I think about something, if I just
Mm.
allow myself to see it for what it is, everything can change. And then, the fear of looking stupid, of having curly hair when I didn't need it, and whatever other made up fears I had disappeared. And I've adopted this as my way of dealing with limiting beliefs. Once I apply what I call my success formula, which is awareness plus choice plus action equals change, then I apply this formula to everything. I had a choice. I took that choice. I made a change, and everything happened. And now I've been boxing for 10 years.
Wow, that's so inspiring. I love this story. And also, if people want to get your guidance and coaching on how to apply your success formula to their lives in areas they might have blocks that they know about or not, how can they get in touch with you? How can they connect with you to not take up boxing, but maybe take up boxing if it's the same situation? But how can
Sure.
they get your guidance and your help? How can they connect so that they can move forward into the next chapter of their life where they have the success formula in their day to day?
The best platform to reach me on is on Instagram, but they can also connect with me on Happy Ever After Asia. Sorry, Happy Ever After .asia, where they can book a free discovery call with me to see whether we are a good match for each other.
Perfect. And I'll have all of that information just below the video.